In this episode, I'm going to show you how to submit HS observation right on mobile. Now, this is very important because we want active participation from all employees. We want observation reporting to be a breeze. And so we're going to use our mobile to show how we can actually submit HSE observation. So without wasting time, let's get right into it. So what I'm going to do is simply to record my screen, and I'm just simply going to find the observation management app right within Microsoft Teams. So all I need to just click here, scroll down and find it right here. That's observation management. So I'm just going to click on more and I find it over here. So this is the Canvas app. So it's going to take some time to load. If there's any new update, it's going to pop up at the top. So we're just going to go straight away to submit an observation. Now from our previous video, we submitted an observation where we said a fly infestation on the rig office making occupancy difficult. We're going to do the same thing right on mobile. All right. So I'm just going to click on new, then I have it right here. So observed, flies infestation in the rig office making occupancy a problem for workers. Okay, so let's just assume that whatever I've typed is correct as it's pulls. I'm not really paying attention to typo here. Unhealthy work environment or whatever. Okay, let's assume that that is it. Okay, so I'll just come over here and I'm gonna select the date, and that's yesterday's date. Then severity is gonna be a medium. Action taken. So what action did I take? I reported it to the safety officer to take action because I don't work there actually. And so this is a negative observation. It's a negative observation. And the type of observations are unsafe condition. Category is housekeeping. Subcategory is poor hygiene. And it was observed by me. And the work site is 8021. The work area is the admin office. And that's it. So I think we are good. I'm just going to click on submit. At this time, I'm not clicking on save. I just want to go straight away and submit the observation. So as you can see, it is currently showing as submitted. And I feel like this type of observation needs to be escalated because it requires further follow-up action. If they don't have an eating place and there's fly infestation, whatever, basically it's not a good thing. So we need to create a dedicated mess hall for them. Now, as you can see, I've gotten some notification coming in here telling us that an observation has been submitted for review. Okay, so this has been sent to me because I'm the person in charge of reviewing observation, right? And so I have approval rights. I just click on it and go and approve. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to direct it to the Power App. I just want to stay within Microsoft 365. So let's go back to the observation. Okay, so at this point, I can say I'm going to approve it because I have approval rights. So I'm just going to approve it and it's going to update as approved. And I'm going to get a notification as well. So let's see. I showed you the first notification, which is in Outlook. The second notification is going to be in over here. All right, so this is the kind of notification that goes on within Microsoft Teams. Observation submitted for review and then observation approved. Very, very exciting. So we're just going to come back. Okay, let's go back to the app. So at this point I need to just come again over here and we continue. So I'm going to escalate the observation and I'm going to initiate some and try to do some root cause analysis and all. So this observation, we are going to escalate it. So it's currently we're going to escalate it. Okay, and once we escalate it, it means that we want to do some root cause analysis on it to find out why, and then we initiate a corrective action. So I'm just going to come over here and then you notice that it's going to pop up, right? So this is the observation I just captured. So it's here and I just have to provide some more details. So basically it's an observation and the root cause is probably lack of lack of welfare arrangement, because there's supposed to be a dedicated mess hall. So you can see lack of welfare arrangements. Okay, and then the root cause is going to be lack of welfare. It could be one of the root cause, but let's just pick any of them. Now take note that this list of root causes can be updated, can add on to the list. So at this point, let's choose something that sort of fits. So you can see lack of what would I choose? Okay, let's choose in random one. So let's say environmental condition. All right, let's choose random one for now. And at this point, I'm just going to submit it. Okay, so I would initiate a submission and it has to be approved by the the finding approval. So someone responsible for approving all findings from observations and things like that. So basically, HSE can be a whole department with an organogram and clearly defined roles and responsibility for those who are supposed to approve this and that. All right. And so at this point, we've approved it and everything. I'm just going to approve it. Then I'm going to create an action. So I just come over here to the next screen, and this is where I create an action. Okay, so I'm just going to create an action, and take note that the observation that I've escalated, for which I've created a finding for, I'm going to find it right here, right? So this is observe flies infestation in the rig office. Okay, and I'm going to provide some more details. What kind of action am I initiating? The action I'm initiating is the fact that we need to construct a mess hall, right? A mess hall. A mess hall is where we eat. Okay, so a mess hall, or we need to provide a mess hall or an eating facility. Okay, and this we provide more details following our assessment of the finding or of the observation. It has been agreed by management, or it has been agreed that we provide a mess hall. Let's just write something random. Okay, so I'm just gonna come here, and this is a preventive action, because the corrective action would have been to stop people from eating in the office and probably put a notice there and all of that. But for now, we are focused on long-term sustainable preventive measures, and so we're going to do that. And I'm going to assign it to HSE department to action that. Responsible work site is going to be headquarters. The headquarters is responsible for infrastructure development and things like that. I'm going to assign it to me, who is at the head office. And then the priority is going to be probably high. So let's choose high. Okay. And the target date is going to be like, they have to close it, let's say by September 30th. Okay. So at this point, we provided all relevant information for assigning an action, but we need to first save as draft for the related action to populate. So the related action is going to take some time to populate. Not related action, the related site. See, as you can see, it has popped up, which tells us that the site that this involves is 8021. Okay, so we're going to then approve it. And once I approve it, it's going to send an email. And this email is going to go straight to the person I've assigned the action to, right? So I come over here, I'll see that an action has been assigned to me. New observation action assigned. A new action from an observation has been assigned to you. Please review the details below and complete the action by the target date. So we see all the relevant information for the session. Provide a mess hall, preventive action is a high priority, assigned to each department, and it has been assigned by Salom. And the details is there. Please complete the action by the target date. If you require any assistance, contact HS administration. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to go back and then I'm going to continue. So at this point, I need to give progress updates, right? So let's just go in there, and then I would literally, I can even go straight to my action. So let's go to my action, because the action has been assigned to me. So if I click over here and I come to my action, I'm going to see that right there, right? July 27th, 9:48 p.m. Okay, I click on it. This is my action. So I can just close my action, or I can't close it yet because it's a long-term action. So I need to give progress updates, right? So I click on this. I'm going to select the started date. I started this action today. What action did I take? We have engaged a contractor to make plans for a mess hall. Okay, we've engaged a contractor. What is the percentage complete? We have 10% complete. So we're going to put it there as 10% complete. So currently it's showing at the top. Take note, if I wrote 50% complete, it's going to show at the top as well as 50% complete. So let's assume it's 50% complete. All right. And I'm just going to request review. Okay. So at this point, it's going to update there as review request has been initiated. So at this point, I cannot edit it, right? So the person who initiated the action would literally be notified. All right. The person is going to be notified. Let's check it out. So I'll just come down back to Teams. Okay, I come over here. Then I'll be like, observation action review request. An action progress update from an observation has been submitted for your review. Please review the details below and take an appropriate action. That's very, very exciting. So I'm just going to go back right now over here. and then I go to more, I go to observation, I go and continue because I'm supposed to sort of review and approve and all of that because I sort of initiated the action. So I'm just going to go over here. Then I click on it. So you can see it even shows as review request, right? So I'm just going to go in here. And at this point, I'm going to be like, action is currently being reviewed, or it is under revision or whatever. Okay. So let's click on under review. And I need to provide expected feedback date. So I need to enter the feedback date. When do I expect to get back to the person? I put it right there. I'm going to update it under review. It's going to update us under review. It's going to trigger an email, right? And then when I go to my action, okay, assuming I was alerted, I go back to my action, it's right there under review. You can see that. That's it right there under review. Okay, so I can always go back and update. Now, at this point, mind you that if it is under review, I still cannot do anything. I cannot edit. I cannot update it. I cannot do anything because it is in my action and I'm waiting for the review to be done. So currently it's under review, right? So the person who initiated the action can then come back and say that, okay, so let me just go back. The person who initiated the action is this one, right? The person will then update it as reviewed. Okay, so we're just gonna go here and then it's gonna update it as reviewed. So when it is reviewed, I could then update it further, right? So it's currently reviewed. So once it's there as reviewed, okay, it's gonna update as reviewed. And if I come to my action, you notice that it's now available for me to edit. So at this point, I can then provide more details. Then I could eventually say that I've closed it. So I need to just, basically confirm that action has been closed, action now completed, and whatever. And I want to close this. I put progress update as 100%. Once I put it at 100%, I'm supposed to now provide the completion date. Now, mind you, when it wasn't 100%, the completion date wasn't showing, right? Oops, let's go back. When it was 100%, when it wasn't 100%, completion date wasn't showing up. As you can see, like this whole color thing is very, very dynamic, right? The color keeps changing as we progress. So at this point, I'm going to update as completed. Then I'm going to submit. Completion date is updated, right? It cannot be a future date. It has to be current date. I'm going to submit for review that I've literally completed it. So that is right here. And then it's going to trigger an email again. And so when I come over here to my action, is there review request. So I'm going to confirm it. At this point, if I want to close it, right? And I come over here and update as closed, I need to verify because you cannot close the action without verifying. So we need to verify the action that it has indeed been closed. And then we literally provide who verified it and everything. And then I'm just going to close it. All right. So at this point, this action is going to close. And if it's closed, that's it. End of conversation. The action is closed everywhere. Okay. So this is how it is literally. Okay. Literally when it comes to observations. Now, observation is not just reporting. You need to review it. You need to escalate it. You need to identify some findings and identify the root cause of these findings and create actions around them and assign it to people and ensure that these actions are closed. This is why this is a management tool, not just, reporting observation, right? So I'm going to see you guys in another video. Bye for now. Cheers.